Hello everybody, Domestic Fox here, and today I'm going to do something a little bit different. This is going to be a video about knives that I think will bring you joy no matter what. Even if you don't like the knife or don't care for that kind of style or, something that you gravitate towards more, but I think handling this knife will still bring you joy for that moment of handling it, and that's what this video is going to be about. Just knives that would just make you happy just to see or handle it. And this is going to be completely objective. This is just my opinion on knives, and you can put in your own opinion in the comments and let me know what you think that is a knife that would bring someone joy no matter what. So, starting off with, I think we all know popular knives. Knives that are extremely popular, overhyped, or overrated, or whatever. But no matter what, if you get it in your hand, I think just holding it and just going like, "Oh yeah, this knife is popular," or buying an extremely popular knife is like, yes, I got this. I got the popular knife. Like the Parrot 3. This is an extremely popular knife. I think everybody has one. Everyone should have one. This is an awesome, stinking awesome knife. Um, but it's like the aesthetic turns off a lot of people because a lot of people don't like it. I love the way how this knife looks. It's just nice. It's extremely comfortable in the hand. And I apologize. This video is completely unscripted, so it's definitely going to be quite rambly because that's just how I am when I talk about knives. I ramble a lot if I don't have a set process of like a script or anything like that. So this video is going to be very rambly. But yeah, this is an awesome knife, and it's an extremely popular knife. So if someone were to go like, oh, maybe I'll finally buy one and buy it, and you're like, I got a popular knife. That's so cool. I think that's gonna make everybody happy. Like the PM2, same thing as the Parrot 3, just bigger. So it's an extremely popular knife. Or like the Bug Out. It's like when I first handled the Bug Out, I was just like, not for me. But it's actually pretty cool to hold one. This is an extremely hyped, overrated knife. But once I got one in hand, especially this one with that sweet, sweet carbon fiber, so sick. I apologize that my knives are all dirty. I should have cleaned them before this video, but I just just ignore it. Um, but yeah, I actually ended up really liking this knife, despite my past bias towards the Bug Out because it was on my Instagram all the time in every knife picture. But now that I own one, I'm like, yeah, I got a popular knife with me. That's cool. Or something like the CVV Elementum. This guy really deserves the hype. This is a fantastic just EDC knife, very EDC friendly. It's just made extremely well. Can work with your budget. There's plenty of models of this guy out there. Yeah. So it's like when I got this knife, I was like, I love it, and it's cool that I got a popular knife. I'm gonna post it all over my Instagram and everywhere, and just talk about it all the time, and how much I love it. So I think that's something that everybody will love is just owning an extremely popular knife, no matter what. Uh, I was wondering what that was in the background. There's a phone. There's a phone in my room, and it's getting like notifications. Next up, I would say things that would make you feel joy no matter what. And this one's kind of objective and possibly depending on where you are in the knife world. Spring assist. Me, I like spring assist. I used to love spring assist, but I can take it or leave it now. I kind of opt for well-tuned detents more these days. But if it has spring assist, I'm gonna be like, okay, it has spring assist. But if I have my option, I'm going to go with something more of a well-tuned detent because detents are just stinking awesome, um, like flippers and thumb studs and stuff like that. But this, it's like when you first get spring assist, it's like it flies out and it's just like boom. It's like ooh, I got a switchblade. That is so cool. So when I was a kid, and then even I think up to like 20, give or take, uh, I found Spring Assist just so wicked. I was just like, yeah, it's just awesome. So I think this will bring anybody joy no matter what. Then it's like at some point you're probably just going to realize that you just like a well-tuned knife and or just automatics in general. But Spring Assist is also a really good way to get around stupid laws against automatics. So yeah, that's one of the good things about Spring Assist. But if it's your first time handling a spring assist, I think you're gonna like it. I think you're gonna be like, whoa, that's awesome! It just flies out with little effort. Just push this and boom, flies out. I don't have to, put a lot of effort into it. But over time, I think you'll find yourself gravitating towards just well-tuned D10s. But that's just my opinion. I think that would bring joy to anybody for their first time handling a spring assist. I know my dad loves spring assist, and that's pretty much all he buys. Next, let's see what's next. Fixed blades. Even if you're a folder, if you prefer folding knives, and you're not like a fan of fixed blades, you're like, it's too big, too clunky. I prefer folding knives, something small, like somewhere around a quarter of an inch. 3 1/4 inch blades. I'm not really into big, beefy bushcraft knives where it's like I don't have any use for something like that. I just want something small, compact. Yeah, that's okay. You do you. There's a knife for everybody in the knife world, but even if you're somebody who prefers smaller knives or compact folders, when you get a fixed blade and you just have it in your hand, you're just like, ooh, this is cool. I'm not going to buy it, but yeah, I could definitely see the appeal. This is awesome. I love a fixed blade in my hand. It makes me feel like a warrior. I think I think almost everybody's probably gonna have a feeling like that. When I first got a fixed blade, I'm just like, ooh, this is cool. I'm gonna hack up some wood with that. This is not my first fixed blade, but something kind of like that. Um, this is my first Essie. This is an awesome bushcrafting knife, 1095. Yeah, fantastic. You can see that I used it a bit. I have a review of this guy, and I show a little bit of use on it, and definitely worth the money. And it's just cool, you have a sheath on you, it just makes you like, boom, yeah. It's just fun. It's cool. Not as fixed blades are not as fidgety as folding knives, so that's one of the benefits of folding knives have over fixed blades. But yeah, if you're someone that's just handling a fixed blade for the first time, or you just like to occasionally carry one, or just have one nearby, it's just cool. You're just going to feel joy every time you pull it out of the sheath. And you're just like, yeah, I'm ready for whatever comes at me, whatever task this fixed blade can handle it. That's one of the cool things about fixed blades. So I think that's how some, or if not most people, are going to feel whenever they have a fixed blade. I know that's how I feel whenever I carry a fixed blade. I'm just like, yeah, I got a fixed blade. Uh, Next, I would say automatic knives. Automatic knives, no matter who you are, where you're from, automatic knives are kind of just like the forbidden fruit because of so much laws and just a lot of uh, offended people that get around automatic knives. It's like you bring out a knife and it just flies open via spring, which is to be no different than doing that with it. Just saying it. I don't know why people get so worked up of knives on a spring. It's so dumb. But yeah, it's like a lot of laws around uh, automatic knives make people freak out, and it's just like when you got one, you're just like, I got a switchblade, got an automatic knife. It flies out of my hand. It's just cool, and it's just there's something about that, just a spring that flies out that makes your blade fly out. It's just it gives you a level of empowerment, like I got the power. It's just really cool. I think I think automatic knives are just awesome, and everyone should at least fire one once in their life. You gotta find a way to get yourself an automatic knife and fire it. It just feels amazing, especially like something like Microtech or Protech or something like that. I barely ever handled um, very many automatic knives because of laws, but when you do, uh, definitely is a good feeling, especially this Kershaw Launch 4. It fires real nice. Definitely, if you have laws that prohibit autos, blah, 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 sorry, had a brain block, that prohibits autos, but you can have one under 2 inches like this guy, then definitely get yourself a Launch 4. It's just really nice and snappy. But yeah, that's my opinion. I think autos would bring joy to anybody just because you push a button, it makes the blade fly out, and there's just something so just satisfying about feeling that recoil go down your blade. I one time handled, I believe it was the, hold on, Benchmade Adamas auto, and it just, it's just that shockwave. It's beautiful. Love it. Um, and like this guy, this is also an auto, but this is an OTF. Which, in my opinion, I think OTFs are an auto, but they're on a different level, and there's something about an OTF, just the blade just flies out the front via switch. That also would bring a level of joy that's different. It's just fun. It's just like, ooh, look at that. I'm bringing out a blade that goes forward, especially if it's double-edged. It's like, ooh, this thing is wicked. This thing is cool. I'm just gonna just do this all day. Very fidgety. It's just awesome. Uh, yeah, OTFs are just on a level, just like on a satisfactory level. Even if you don't really care for OTFs or don't like them via them the fact that they have a little bit of blade play in them, or you just don't think that the mechanism is strong enough, or you just don't have a use for an OTF, and you're just like, I prefer a cheaper folder. It works for me. If you do get an OTF, or just someone hands you an OTF and you just play with it for fun, you're definitely going to enjoy that. You're definitely going to love it for that moment. Even if you don't have any interest in buying it, you're definitely going to love just doing this for a little bit. Yeah. And then next, gravity knives. Gravity knives are like something that's like crazy, you know? Like this is an OTF gravity knife. That's also another taboo kind of thing in a lot of countries, states. It's just like, oh no, it falls out via gravity. It's going to destroy us all. Yeah. But just going like this with it is like, oh, that is cool. It just flies out via gravity. Slides out. Oh, that thing is wicked. It has a little latchety thing. Yeah, I think that's going to bring a level of joy. Even if you're not interested. Oh, jeez, hit my camera. Even if you're not interested in this knife, or you want something more compact, something that you can put in your pocket. This guy has to go on a belt, or you have to let it free flow in your pocket. It doesn't have a pocket clip, so if you want something a little bit more easy to carry, then this, yeah, you probably won't really care for this. Or ease of deployment, this requires a little bit of learning, so you don't get jammed up like that sometimes. And you have to really build in that muscle memory with this. If you're not really a big fan of that, then you'll probably stick to your basic folders. But just handling this, you'll definitely enjoy it. You'll definitely find a sense of joy that you won't find in any other knife. And then, also in my opinion, big knives. Even if you're a small knife or just like a basic full size knife guy, you're like, this is ridiculous. Why would you ever want a 7.5-inch knife? That is overkill. It's pointless. Should have never been made. I don't agree with that. I don't agree that this knife should have never been made. If you have a mindset like that, because in my mindset of big knives is one, these are great protection tools. Working around, censoring stuff because I'm not sure how YouTube will go with the W word. Um, uh, but yeah, these are great for that. This will end the conversation before it starts. You whip this out, and this is going to make anyone afraid. But it does make a scene, so you can't really carry this on a day-to-day basis, unless, of course, you're okay with making the knife that you're carrying a big deal all the time. I do carry this actually quite often, but I don't whip it out in public when people are looking at me, because I usually carry a smaller knife with me for general EDC purposes. This is overkill if you're going to open up a bag of chips or a box, but you can do it, and this would definitely give you a sense of joy. You whip this out and you're just like, oh my goodness, this thing is huge and ridiculous, but it's awesome. I believe you are going to feel that way. I believe you're going to just like go like, yeah, I'll never buy it. That's ridiculous, but that is really fun and really cool. Same like this, this is a big flipper. It's got an external lock on it. It's HCR 13 MOV, but it's just cool to look at. It's big. It's just like, I got a big flipper. Boom! Look at that. Be afraid of my big knife power. Same with the holdout one. Thing is wicked. Big ass blade. Oh, yeah, it's cool. It's definitely going to make you feel powerful, just holding a big knife and just carrying it. And it's like, ooh, look at that. I definitely want to be that guy. You know, I want to be the guy with the big knife. And I carry these. I do. I love big knives. If you follow my channel, you'll know that I love big knives. I don't find these ridiculous. I mean, they are, kind of like ridiculous, but in a good way. I don't find it dumb. Like some people think that they're dumb, that why would you carry a big knife? I don't agree with that. Why wouldn't you carry a big knife? Why won't it's like, why not? If you don't like big knives, go for a smaller knife. Whatever. But if you like big knives, go for a big knife. It's just like, don't make a big don't say that it's dumb to carry a big knife just because it's big. Every knife has a purpose, even if it is, huge and funny, kind of getting a little rambly, but I really do like big knives. Probably didn't make much sense right there because I tend to ramble. Um, Next, small knives. Things like this. Small knives. I should have brought a little bit more small knives, but things that are small. There's even smaller knives than this. Things that are really small, stubby. This is the BladeHQ exclusive Boker Stubby Quaken. This is an awesome little EDC utility knife. Not great for extreme big tasks, but in a pinch, this is definitely a good choice. But little knives, things that are really small. It's like, oh, this is so cute. Now, regardless of price, don't think about price. I know a lot of people get a little upset when small knife is expensive. It's like big knife means a lot of money. Small knife means smaller money. No, that's not true. It depends on the steel, the materials, and how much work goes into it, the milling. There's a lot that goes into a knife to make it that price. Some companies do overcharge you. I'm sorry. Some things are overpriced, but this is definitely a good value for what you get. And it's just small knives. I think you'll feel a little sense of joy. It's just like, oh, it's so cute. It's so small. It's adorable. There's even smaller knives that are like that. Like I think it was Spartaco Bug. I think it was. I think it's so small. Or it might have been the Ladybug. I can't remember. I know the Dragonfly is pretty small, but not that small. Um, but yeah, small knives, I think, will give you a sense of joy. Just something funny. Let's see what's next. Knives with interesting mechanisms. Even if you're somebody who doesn't really care for like the shark lock, compression lock, axis lock, if you just prefer a basic liner lock or frame lock, anything like that. But I think these interesting locking mechanisms are definitely going to give you a sense of joy when you first feel them. You're like, oh, well, it's like a spring back lock. This is cool. Ooh, very fidgety. Ooh, this is fun to work with. Things like that, just fun mechanisms like the spider hole. You can spidey flick. That is just super fun to do. You can just open it up regularly, but just flicking it down without the worry of your fingers in the way of the blade, just fun. I think that would give you a sense of joy. Same as the bug out has the axis lock, so you just open it up and you just flick it down like that. Get the timing right, you can definitely become a master at it and just in and out really fast out of your pocket, get your cut and put it away. There's definitely a sense of joy in fun mechanisms like that. And then last but not least, expensive knives. This is not the most expensive knife in the world, but it definitely is pricey. This is the Arcane Design Abyss, and sorry, I've been carrying a lot, so it's got pocket lint, stuff like that. But yeah, this is the Arcane Design Abyss, and this guy, depending on the model you pick, this is $375, and you can get like the 600, I think 650 or 675 if you get the Damasteel. That's out of my budget. Maybe one day. But actually, I really like this two-tone finish and that anodized blue pivot collar. So nice. And this beautiful. I love the finish on this titanium. Yeah, you can get, was it, I think it's pronounced Zircotai pivots. And Zircotai pocket clip, which are about $110 each. So if you like a little bit of bling bling on your knife, then those are also really cool options. But yeah, expensive knives. I believe that now this is going to be kind of subjective because expensive knives I think are really mainly for knife enthusiasts and people in the knife world, knife community that understand the value that you get in a knife and understand that we pay extra for aesthetics, we pay extra for interesting materials, and that's what we go for when we pick our knives is what makes us happy. uh where some people are spending over 50 bucks on a knife, oh that is that's ridiculous, you're being ripped off, you're being making dumb purchases. Shut your mouth. um no. If you understand the concept of the knife world, the knife community, and how, why we pay extra for these aesthetics is because we like our knives, we love them, we want the knives to look pretty. um so if you I think this is really going to be exclusive to people in the knife world. A everyday person that really carries a knife just because they need something that can cut things, but they don't care about materials, they don't care about mechanisms, they don't care about anything like that, they're going to find expensive knives ridiculous, uh, and will not get a sense of joy out of it. So this is really for people that are in the knife world. So people in the knife world that are really interested in knives and continue to go up the scale of expensive, the pricing of knives. You start out at like 20 and then you go to like 50 and then you keep going up and up and up. Eventually you're going to buy a $300 knife, then a $400 knife, then a $500 knife. Possibly some people stay in the middle, but even if you're somebody who will go like, no, I'm never going to spend over $200 on a knife. I'm going to stick with, like Spyderco's or um, Benchmades, and I'm not going to spend $300 or plus on a knife. But if you were to get one in your hand and go like, I'm holding a 400, I'm holding a $500 knife in my hand, or even if you get into a custom, well, this is $1,000. This is so cool. I think the price will just the higher the price, it will amplify the coolness if you're holding it. It's like, I'm never gonna buy it, but man, it's cool that I got $1,000 in my hand right now. Um, yeah, I think that's something that's going to bring anybody joy. I know when I bought expensive knives, I'm just like, I don't know why price makes me happy. It's like, literally, you could spend 50 bucks. This will make you happy. This is going to last a long time. So price doesn't really matter to me, but it's still in the back of my head. I'm just like, ooh, this is a $300+ knife. This is so cool. I got money to burn on a knife. Yes. Even though actually, I don't have a crazy amount of money. Just works. I work a lot for these. um, but yeah, I think that's something that everybody can that would bring anybody joy in the knife world, is expensive knives. But yeah, I think that's enough of my rambling. Let me know in the comments, what do you think is something that would bring anybody joy, or at least a specific group of people joy in the knife world? What's your favorite thing about knives? What do you prefer when you purchase a knife? What's a knife that you were like, oh, I love that knife, I'm never going to buy it, but it was just really fun to handle it? Just let me know. I would love to hear your experiences in the knife world in the comments. Yeah, just let me know. It's like, yeah, I think these are just things that would just bring anybody happiness in the knife world, because the knife world is just awesome and the community is a fantastic place. So let's spread the joy. And yeah, I think that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you like this video. If you like more knife and EDC related content, check out my other videos. And remember to subscribe, because I post every Friday, not Friday, every Saturday and every other Sunday, and there'll be more knives and more videos in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and have a fantastic day. Bye.